is that it is a contract which has for its object procreation and legalizing of children. And the marriages performed has to be registered under the Muslim Family Laws Ordinance 1961, and every nikah kha is appointed as nikah registrar with whom the marriages is to be registered, who issues a nikah nama to the bride as well as to the bridegroom, and a copy is retained by him for record. So if any dispute arises later on, it can be proved that the marriage was performed in accordance with law, and the nikah nama is also registered and a copy is retained by the nikah registrar. So as far as the question of dispute as to whether a marriage took place or not is resolved by the registration of marriage under the Muslim Family Law Ordinance 1961. Now, marriage between two persons who are adults has to be performed according to the Muslim law by offering some prayers by the nikah registrar, and the nikah registrar, after doing his job, has to ask the bridegroom whether he is ready and prepared to accept the marriage, and if he says yes, then the marriage is solemnized. Insofar as the girl is concerned, the consent of her is also to be taken in the presence of her wali, who agrees that the girl has agreed, and the girl has to agree to the acceptance of marriage in the presence of the nikah registrar. That part is over, then the marriage is solemnized, and the man and girl gets the status of the husband and a wife. Now, after the marriage, before the marriage, the husband has to give a dower to the wife. That dower is, under the ordinary parlance, it is called as haq mehr. And there is no limitation of haq mehr or the dower in Muslim law. It is according to the status of the parties, and any number of rupees can be laid for as dower. Dowers are payable in two parts. One is immediately after marriage, which is called prom dower, and the other one is deferred dower, which is after the dissolution of marriage, that is talaq, or after the husband dies and the dower is to be paid. If the husband does not pay dower, then the wife has every right under the law to file a suit for recovery of dower. And the court generally grants the dower on the proof of marriage by producing the nikah nama, in which a column is there that what amount of mehr has been fixed by the parties. That amount has to be paid by the husband. If it is prom dower, immediately on demand, the husband has to pay. Otherwise, the wife can refuse to perform her marital obligation. And the court will not force the wife in a suit for restitution of conjugal rights to go to the husband without the payment of prom dower. So it is a condition precedent that the mehr is to be paid by the husband to the wife before performing the marital obligations. Now, there are various cases have come to light in Pakistan where, in order to avoid the divorce, mehr has been fixed at a very high amount, so that the husband would think twice before giving a divorce, because then he has to pay the dower amount. And the dower amount ranges from 1 lakh to 5 lakhs, even to 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs has also been. I have noticed that they are fixed. But the poor persons in Pakistan are unable to fix so much dower. But still 50,000 or 25,000 is the amount which is payable by the husband to the wife as dower. As I said earlier, there is no limitation put on the husband or on the wife to demand such and such amount as dower, but looking to the status of the parties, the dower is fixed. Now, after the marriage, the question of maintenance of the wife arises. Husband is bound to maintain his wife and provide her a marital home also, separate from the parents of the husband if she demands the same, and if the husband is in a position to arrange a separate home, he has to provide a separate home also. Then the question of children arises. When the children are born, then the husband is bound to maintain the child also, the children also, bear the hospital charges at the time of birth, and in case of failure of the husband to pay the same, the court can by decree order the husband to pay the amount of maintenance to the child also. Then the question arises after marriage that there is a dispute between the husband and the wife either goes away from the husband or the husband turns away the wife to her parents' house. If there are children, then the custody, if the mother is able to get the child with her, then the question of custody does not arise. But sometimes the husband, the father, keeps the custody and turns the wife out of the house. Then the wife has a right to file a suit for custody of the children. And according to the Muslim law, the custody belongs to the mother in case of boys up to the 7 years, and in case of girl up to the time of her marriage. Now that suit has also to be filed before the guardianship judge, suit for custody of children. Now if the husband says that my wife will not be in a position to maintain the children, will not be in a position to upbring the children in a proper environment, will not educate them properly, and that she is not a fit person, then he can apply for custody of the children, of the child, of the boy, even if he is 5 years, 6 years or 4 years. But then the welfare of the minor is to be seen. If the welfare of the minor lies in favor of the father, then the court will grant the custody to the father, otherwise the custody will remain with the mother. Insofar as the payment of maintenance of the child is concerned, irrespective of the fact whether the boy is with the mother, the father has to pay the custody, to pay the maintenance of the child. He has to even give the education, admit the boy in a school, and all the expenses of education are to be borne by the father. Father cannot take the plea that I have no money or that I am unemployed and I will not be in a position to maintain my children. No, that is not the case. In Islam as well as in the Muslim law, it is the duty of the father to maintain his children. Whether one or two, whether he is employed or not, he has to pay the expenses. If he is unable to pay, then the wife can apply for the execution of the decree for sending him to jail in case he says I have no money to